Nico here from Everything Cascadia and Beyond. And that right there, that big smokestack, is the former pulp and paper mill of Powell River, which was at one point the single largest pulp and paper mill in the entire world, as well as the single largest producer of newsprint. At its peak, the mill employed over 2,500 people in 1973. It is now closed, but it's still a major landmark in Powell River, and it's a big building. This site is unique for quite a few reasons. For one thing, it's a Canadian National Historic Site. This town site is, because of how well preserved the buildings are, the housing and everything. Basically, this was a company town that was created in the early 1900s, and it was created for the pulp and paper mill. And the federal government granted rights for this pulp and paper mill at the mouth of Teesquat Creek, which was later named Powell River. And the local First Nations had their village site at Teesquat, which means big river. And it says right there, Teesquat. That's what that is a reference to. Also unique here is the floating barges you see there. That's essentially to create a floating breakwater. But because the water is too deep here in Powell River, the breakwater was kept afloat rather than most cases the ship's breakwaters were created by sinking vessels in shallow water with their upper hulls and superstructures remaining above the surface to break the waves. But no, in this case, the breakwater ships were kept afloat and ballast to reduce the action of the sea and kind of create a calming harbor. So just all around pretty unique. You got the floating breakwater, the old historic town site, and the grandiose pulp and paper mill. All right, that is all for now. Everything Cascadia and Beyond coming to you from Powell River. Over and out.